And welcome. So welcome to our annual convention. I hope you plan to have a good time, whether you will or not. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. We got two great presentations. I should point out, normally we have three, but with our last evaluation form, we kept getting notes that, hey, it's not enough time to talk among ourselves. So we cut it down to two. And speaking of evaluation form, when you're done, if you want three back, there's evaluation forms out there, just complain like crazy, and we'll see what happens. We have our silent auction. Most of you have already taken note of that. That's great. We'll have time for that today, a little bit more than we normally do. And we have a number of sale items. We have two groups of that. We have the Fred Craig boxes, which are the ones that are on the far end of the classroom. And on the closer end of the classroom, we have the Steve Lang, who is selling his boxes. And you're welcome to bring back there during your free time or whatever. And we've got not only the boxes, we have the predator cards. We also have some of the metal portholes to keep the woodpeckers from opening, and both the round and the oval. And also a few other things back there. If you want to put Braw stickers on this car, we got those too, and you should do that. Funny thing, I ran into one of those the other day in a parking lot. I didn't know who it was, but it's interesting to see that. It sure is attractive enough that people look at it. Well, what are we doing next year? Okay, the convention schedule. I noticed already that all the schedules that I printed out are gone. That's good. We have me and the treasurer. If she's busy with the auction, somebody needs to go get her. In any case, we're going to do that. We got welcome from me, of course, and then at 9:30 we have a presentation from Horicon College, a student and Dr. Khan, who are going to be talking about some of the research that Braw has been supporting with the skylight boxes and house doors. This has been quite an endeavor. I think this is the second year, is that correct there? Yes. And of doing it, I'm kind of interested to see what kind of data they have myself. And Steve Fallon at 10:30 is going to talk a little bit about nesting results up to date. Of course, they don't all get in until the end of September, but he'll give you an idea of what's going on. Somebody have a hand up already? Okay. Are we okay? All right. We're going to, at 10:45, we're going to have an open topic question and answer panel. And here, as a matter of fact, that's totally up to you whether you want to attend or not. The other time you can go out and peruse or talk amongst yourself at that time. Or if the lunch is here, we can start that early. And then, of course, from 11, then we have the silent auction participation and free time between for a half hour there. That would normally be that, and one above it would normally be the other presentation. Then we have some time for lunch, and that will be ready about that time. Then at 1 o'clock we'll talk about the silent auction winners. The auction will be over at 1. Just keep that in mind. This year you'll have plenty of time to peruse, so there won't be a rush like it was last year for some people. In any case, then at 1:15 we have the Raptor experience from, I love that term, woods. And then the 2:15 or so we have closing discussion and cleanup, but cleanup is not usually your problem. That's Steve Square, Steve here. As far as cleanup, we do a good job. We're experienced. One thing I'd like to do, and I hope is he here? Fred Craig. Did Fred make it in?
Fred is not coming in.
He's not? Okay. I asked him if he could stop in. Fred is, he might have exaggerated his time. But anyway, he's probably the most senior board member we have. He and his wife recently joined the board. He's retiring from the board of directors this year. And what I was going to do is present him with, where they went? Oops. where'd he go? Oh, well, somewhere, we have him. Pat was supposed to have that up here, right? I didn't see it. In any case, we have a platform, and I'll have it on display outside since it doesn't seem to be here. In any case, Fred is going to now, he doesn't know this yet, he's going to be on the board emeritus group, which means that he can still participate if he wants. And we'll be doing that officially later today. But in any case, if you see Fred, he's in the far classroom. He's the one with his boxes. He's been making boxes since day one. Oh, there's his wife, Mary. She said she didn't hear me. In any case, this is something that if you can go in there and congratulate him for all his years of service, please do. I want to take time to thank our board members. We don't have them all here; they're still out working. Pat, what did we thank our board members. There's only a couple of them in here. The rest of them are out working. I want to point out that the board of directors are all volunteers. Now, why am I even mention that? Because I got a note from somebody that said, "How much did a board member make?" And they weren't happy with the speed of sending out things to them, and they want to know how much we made as board members. You know, sometimes you can't work with a drop of a hat, but apparently some people don't get that. So I put that up there for that reason. If that person's in here, please talk to me later. You know what volunteer means. Anyways, I want you to enjoy the day. And there are evaluation forms are up on the front desk. I want to also mention the lanyards you have. You may keep those or turn them in at the end of the day if you feel, hey, you know, I'm not easy. But some people do. You'll notice your names on both sides, so it flips, doesn't matter. The other thing is that by keeping them, you can, especially if you're a presenter or a county coordinator, you should hang on to them. But if you turn them in, that's fine, we'll just use them again. That's not a problem. The lanyards were provided by Madison Audubon. They have actually underwritten the lanyards, so if you have any connection with them, you can thank them at some point. But that's a thing. And also another supporter is Bluebird Unlimited in Madison. I know most of you up north would never know these people. In any case, they also provided some of the items that are in the silent auction. I should point that out. Okay, with that, well, if my treasurer is here, it's not my treasurer, it's Braw treasurer is here, she will come up here and here she is, Joanie. Joanie, if you don't have a booming voice like me, you know. Okay. You can always tell.
Good morning, everybody. If you can't hear me, raise your hand and I'll use the microphone. But usually I'm told to be quiet, not to talk louder, so whatever works.
I think it'd be good to use the microphone because there are some people that are having challenges.
Okay, is this better?
It's not on.
Oh, no. So I'm technically challenged.
There. Because people look.
Okay, so I just gotta lean over. Yeah. It is a microphone for sure. Okay, first of all, welcome to the convention. We're very happy that you're all here. We're happy so many are here. I'm Joanie Haugen. I've been the treasurer of Braw for the last year. I just recently took over this position. And I tell you, it's been a very fun, very exciting year. The board has been amazing to work with. And it's really quite an interesting organization. To share a little bit of our financial position with you, which is what I'm here to do. Right now, we're in a pretty good spot. We have a healthy bank balance going right now. We have a little over a year's worth of expenses that we have in the bank, so I feel like we're in a sustainable position from a financial perspective. Also want to highlight a couple of things. This year, we've had a lot of support for the Nest Trail donations. And so we still have, even after purchasing houses and setting up nest trails, we still have about $2,000 to spend for that effort, thanks to member donations. We also have a couple of legacy funds. One that is specifically for putting out boxes that are labeled with locators so that we can keep track of not only the boxes but the birds that are nesting in those boxes. And then we have another fund that was given to us to support our county coordinators. So if you don't know your county coordinator, I urge you to get in touch with them. There's a lot of information they can give you. There are equipment and tools and so forth that they can give you, and things that we can provide. So I urge you to do that. Finally, we've also been very honored to be chosen as an organization that people have mentioned for memorials at their passing. And for us, that's a real honor that someone would trust us with their legacy, and that they feel like the work of this organization and the mission of all of its members is a cause worth supporting. So we really appreciate that also. Any questions? Anything you have for me? Any financial specifics that you have questions about?
Numbers?
What's that?
Do you have numbers to share?
I do have numbers to share. So our current bank balance is at $35,000. Our annual expenses run about $32,000. And you will be able to find the full details each quarter. We post new financials on the website, so that's available for you too. Of our expenses, it is about $2,000 that is spent on administrative, be that sending out registration renewal letters, postage, mailings, envelopes, things like that. The majority of our money is spent on the newsletter, mailing out the newsletter, and then the nest boxes and actually providing boxes and accessories to members. Our last year, year to date, we brought in $6,000 less than what we spent. Fortunately, we did have some funds and so forth in the bank already, so we were able to cover that. Like I said, we're in a position this year, we're hoping to about break even with the donations that we've been giving compared to our spending. Anything else? Yes?
What's the overall membership in the state?
I don't have a total membership number, but our membership coordinator would have that information. I can get that for you. But I don't, is Val outside? Yes. Okay. We'll find that number out and let you know.
Yeah, the number is,
Oh, there you are.
it's just under 900, I don't have the specific number, but it's.
Okay, just under 900 members. Any other questions? All right, I'll turn it back to Steve.
Thank you, Joanie. All right, once again, is, okay, we're ready, Dr. Cannon, did you get her? Yeah, never next year.